95% of corporate AI projects are failing. Entire industries are pouring billions into AI and walking away empty-handed. But here's the catch. AI itself isn't failing, the companies are. And that gap, the difference between the 95% who burn out and the 5% who break through, is about to decide who survives the next decade and who gets left behind. In this episode, I'll break down the biggest AI disasters, the wins nobody is talking about, and how you can avoid being on the wrong side of this collapse. MIT recently reported that 95% of corporate generative AI projects have failed or were abandoned. And while this headline empowers the anti-AI crowd to feverishly post on Discord channels about the epic defeat of our machine overlords, turns out these failures might be because we're too dumb to use these epically capable tools. Let's get into it. The headline number sounds impressively horrible, 95% of AI projects failing, but what is more interesting to me is a few of the other numbers maybe less reported. So according to S&P's Global Market Intelligence Survey in 2025, of over 1,000 enterprises across North America and Europe surveyed, 42% of companies abandoned most of their AI initiatives this year, which is a dramatic spike from the 17% that were abandoned in 2024. The average organization scrapped 46% of all AI proof of concepts before they even reached production. And the RAND Corporation reported the failure rate of AI projects is twice that of other technology projects like software and infrastructure tech. So first, what kinds of AI failures are we talking about? Well, I did some research, and here's at least a partial list. IBM Watson for oncology. It was marketed as a transformative AI product for personalized cancer treatment, but it struggled with accuracy, frequently providing incorrect or unsafe recommendations due to a reliance on narrow and synthetic data. By 2023, IBM discontinued the product after spending billions, and major clients like MD Anderson abandoned the project, making it one of the most notable and expensive AI failures in healthcare. Amazon launched an AI hiring tool, and they developed it internally as an AI system to automate resume screening for technical roles. The tool was abandoned in 2018 when it was discovered that the AI favored male candidates and systemically penalized resumes, including the words women's, reflecting bias in its training data and exposing the risks of unchecked AI in hiring decisions. And then let's not forget about GM's Cruise autonomous robotaxi that in 2023, one of their robotaxis dragged a pedestrian following a, quote, perception failure, which resulted in severe backlash, and the incident led to the suspension of Cruise's robotaxi, probably a good decision, at least in San Francisco. It led to regulatory investigations and a halt to what was one of GM's most ambitious AI deployments in autonomous vehicles. Google's Waymo recalled self-driving cars in 2024 due to a software flaw, underscoring persistent technical limitations in real-world AI applications and autonomous vehicles. The UK government's AI-based passport photo checker misclassified a significant number of dark-skinned faces, failing the critical fairness and accuracy tests and leading to public backlash and system adjustments. And lest we forget, Tesla Autopilot. Several crashes have highlighted edge case failures where the AI did not recognize certain obstacles, drawing regulatory scrutiny and promoting safety improvements or system limitations. That's putting it mildly. While some of these are more irritating than anything, many of these range from reckless to downright terrifying. I hope you're enjoying the content, and if you are, please consider subscribing to the channel. Back to the episode. So why do so many corporate AI rollouts fail? Well, here are some of the recurring themes I found. There's a lack of clear business cases. Many of these projects are launched without clear alignment to core business objectives and causes them to underdeliver on real business value, even if they're technically successful. Sometimes there are talent gaps. Many organizations lack skilled teams in data science, machine learning, and AI operations, so that impedes the rollout, the ongoing maintenance and improvement over time. Data quality and data silos continue to be an issue for many of these companies. AI models fail without high quality, well-organized data. Corporate data is often distributed across silo systems. It's incomplete or not even relevant for the intended AI use, which all just stalls progress. And then there are the inevitable integration barriers, which is just difficulty embedding AI into existing processes and legacy IT systems. Even promising models collapse when not fully integrated into workflows, which leads to disjointed operations and low return on investment. And with most projects, a lot of organizations have change management and adoption issues, whether that's employee resistance and insufficient training, or even just weak change management. That can undermine the adoption. It causes staff to revert to old routines and underutilize those AI tools you just spent all that money trying to integrate. And let's not forget the governance, security, and cost overruns that come along with these projects. Data privacy, compliance hurdles, and uncontrolled costs, often due to scope creep or underestimating long-term requirements. Those usually result in failed deployments or scrapped projects. Basically, corporate AI failures are overwhelmingly due to a combination of organizational, technical, and human factors, not just flaws in the AI models themselves. Now, before you start thinking every AI project is doomed, here's the twist. While giants like IBM and GM burn billions, other companies are quietly saving hundreds of millions and scaling faster than ever. And the difference between failure and success comes down to just a handful of decisions that every leader could make. Lumen Technologies projects $50 million in annual savings from AI tools that save their sales team an average of 4 hours per week. Air India's AI virtual assistant handles 97% of 4 million customer queries with full automation, avoids millions in support costs. Microsoft reported $500 million in savings from AI deployments in their call center alone, and I personally think that's a very low estimate and is likely to double or even triple within the next 18 to 24 months. So what do these successful projects have in common? Well, first, they start with a high-value business problem. They tie the initiative to a revenue driver or a cost center or a customer experience metric. Projects tied to clear business outcomes are easier to justify, fund, and measure, just like with any other corporate project. Number two, make AI ROI management part of the design. Select KPIs before development begins and design workflows to capture those metrics automatically. Without an embedded measurement plan, proving value becomes guesswork. Number three, build cross-functional ownership from day one. Involve business leaders, IT, data teams, and end users early. Shared accountability prevents cross-functional finger-pointing from derailing the rollout and ensures adoption aligns with real-world processes. Number four, deploy iteratively with human in the loop. So you start small, you validate results, then you expand. You keep humans in control, in the loop, for edge cases until confidence in the agent's performance reaches compliant thresholds. I would argue they need to exceed your expectations consistently before you let them run by themselves. Number five, this one a little self-explanatory, but you need to integrate deeply with your core systems. So agents that live outside core systems, whether that's your CRM, your ERP, or EHR, they all tend to fail in scaling. Successful deployments use robust integrations so AI is embedded in existing workflows. So what are the takeaways here? Well, first, human and business capabilities have to catch up to the tech's exponentially greater capacity for evolution. Those tools are much more powerful and evolve much more quickly than we as humans are able to adapt our processes and our business cases to match that speed of evolution. The second thing, there still appears to be some tangible resistance to AI among employees and teams. Maybe it's a fear that they are implementing their own unemployment, that these new tools will limit their own professional growth or even eliminate their positions. Or it could just be a basic fear of change, which we're all guilty of in some way, shape, or form. Number three, there's a gap between what we expect AI to do and the conditions we can create to realize those expectations. Translated roughly to, we are setting these models up to fail because we're not setting them up to succeed. Number 4, simply put, AI just might be too powerful for legacy business structures to harness in 2025. I mean, small startup teams clearly don't have that problem. There are dozens of startups with only a handful of people that are building robust AI products and already garnering meaningful market share. And for number 5, there's an intersection where executives feeling pressure to utilize and implement AI tools meet their inability to build the structures and talent to successfully deploy those AI resources. Corporations, C-suites, board of directors, even shareholders are putting tremendous pressure on these companies to adopt AI in meaningful ways. The problem is the same people they're pressuring to adopt those products, those services, those capabilities can't set up the circumstances for those capabilities to be successful. And lastly, many organizations seem unable to build a business case for a specific AI tool or implementation, which kind of surprises me. Surely these companies are well versed in that exercise of building a business case for anything they're attempting to launch. Why is AI such an outlier? Or am I just putting too much faith in the fidelity of corporate strategy? Maybe they aren't actually building thoughtful business cases for anything. That would certainly explain Tesla's Cybertruck and the Chick-fil-A cauliflower sandwich. So here's the bottom line. AI isn't broken. Our ability to use it is. Legacy systems, slow-moving structures, and fear of change are colliding with technology that evolves faster than people or processes can adapt. And while Fortune 500s are abandoning half of their AI projects, small, scrappy startups are quietly proving the model works. Which side of that story you end up on depends on whether you treat AI like a shiny experiment or a business tool you can't afford to ignore. If you want to stay ahead, now's the time to get serious about deploying it in the right way. That's it for this episode. Thanks so much for checking us out. As always, like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.